So I stopped dating, and this is why I think you should stop dating in 2025. Hi, I'm Tito O. I am the owner of this page. Thank you for coming by. If this is your first time, I truly appreciate you. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for staying tuned. And if that's the case, you know what this journey's like, right? You know how it's been. So I've stopped dating, and I've dated a lot. I've spent a lot of time dating. I've spent a lot of money dating. I've spent a lot of resources. So I really want to talk to you guys about that, and I really want to talk to you about why I stopped and why it made sense for me to stop, and why you should stop if it makes sense for you. I got my trusty notes right here, so we're going to jump right into it with the notes, and we're going to get right to it. So the first thing is that you need to have a reason for dating, right? I remember my reason for dating was mainly just because I wanted to understand it, and I wanted to be in control of the people that I brought around me, and I just wanted to be in control of the type of women that I dealt with and the type of status I had with these women, if that makes sense. I just wanted to be in control. I wanted to love and affection, and I wanted some notches on my belt, right? At the same time, I wanted to go out there and be like, yo, I was able to see this chick and bag her, and you weren't able to do that. You were just looking, and so that was what I was looking for. It was kind of like a sport of sorts, right? I came from a sports background, played football, ran track. I was a cheerleader at some point, right? So martial arts. So it's just like things are just competitive. I have a competitive nature, and so it became a form of competition for me. So with myself of sorts, right? And bettering myself. So that was my why, right? And I think with dating, you have to understand what your why is, because when you understand what your why is, you'll then start to figure out why you do it, and then if you should continue to do it. Because what started to happen was I got a lot of notches. I competed. I did well. You know what I'm trying to say? I found a really dope partner from dating so much, right? And this person, I chose to lock in with this person, right? So I found somebody, right? But once I found this person, I realized that this person was not aligned with my competitive goals. My goal was to always get more, was to always be better, was to always find some hotter, better, finer thing so that it can feel better, So I was constantly in this dopamine chase. I'm chasing this dopamine with a new chick, with a new date, with a new experience, right? And that took a level of self-awareness to understand that, especially when I'm meeting this person who is essentially my soulmate, right? And the perfect person for me. And now that I've met this person, I'm like, yo, this person is shifting my why, right? This person is making me not want to date other people other than them because this person is so dope. Because one thing you start to realize, again, when you understand your why with dating, and if your why is based around this competitive, I couldn't do it before, so now I want to do it, you're going to run your course. And please, run that course. Do everything you need to do. You get me? Get that shit straight up out of your system, right? But you need to understand that that's either who you are, or that's something that's just in your system that needs to run its course, right? As a young man, you just need to be aware of that. Maybe it's just running its course, and this is not necessarily who I am. So therapy helped me understand this. Meeting a really good partner helped me understand this. And this is why I'm sharing this with you, because I think it's going to help you as well, right? And it's going to help you charge and harness that energy, right? That men, we love to hunt. We love to go. We love to go get what it is that we want, right? So once I realized that I've dated a lot, I've got all these things, I've got what I wanted, and now I have this amazing partner here, does it make sense for me to continue to go? You get me? And then with my dynamic, I'm non-monogamous. We have an open relationship. So it was like, I got a really good partner, and I still want more bitches. You know what I'm saying? I still want more. And I tried. Shit, I'm gonna try. You feel me? but it started to like, I kind of started running into a wall because it was my why. My why was like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we doing this anymore, right? So I was stuck in a habit loop. I was stuck in a habit loop of dating because I've been dating for such a long time. You get me? So I'm coming out of my 20s. I'm about to head into my 30s, right? I've been probably dating for the last 10 years. You get me? So for the last 10 years, I've been trying to just be competitive of sorts. So the why. What is your why for dating? Has it shifted? Why are you doing what you're doing? Have you solved or achieved the why? And if you've achieved the why, do you continue to go or do you stop? So that's something you have to ask yourself. But that's a reason for you to stop. Another reason why you should stop dating, if it makes sense for you. Again, if it makes sense, guys. You got to take your journey. It took me 10 years to get to this point, right? If it makes sense for you, is diminishing returns. And what I mean by that is money. Dating has diminishing returns. I've seen so many different dating guys talk about this, but it's just kind of the harsh truth as a man, right? Dating, like women, you know what I'm saying? Like women are going to require you to expend funds or time. Time is money, money is time. So it's just like, let me give you an example. I remember when I was in Philly, I was a serial dater. So I went on like, in a week, let's say I went on 8 dates, right? On like 8 dates in a week, right? Out of those 8 dates, maybe 3 had a second date, and then out of those 3, maybe I hit 1. You know what I'm trying to say? And then, yeah, like, but I had to pay for all those dates. You get what I'm trying to say? I had to like create time and space and finances to pay for those dates, right? And I'm being conservative here. I'm being very conservative here, right? Because it's like 8 people. You talk to 8 different people, right? And let's not even say it's 8 dates. Let's say you talk to 8 different people. You break it down. You have 3 dates. Out of those 3 dates, you probably hit 1 or none, right? But then let's say that you start improving your hit rate. Let's say you start improving your date to, you know, whatever your intentions are. Let's just call it the hit rate, right? Let's say you're talking to 8, you take 8 out, and then you sleep with all 8. Let's just say you just do that, right? Boss type shit. Now what? Now what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Now you got 8 chicks that think you care about them. Now you got 8 responsibilities. Now you got 8 headaches. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, pussy is not free. And like, a wise man told me that shit. A wise man told me that shit, and I didn't understand it. Now I understand it. Pussy is not free. It's not necessarily the acquisition of pussy, bro. It's what happens after you get it, right? And what you got to do with it. So it has diminishing returns. If all you want from a chick is pussy, it has diminishing returns, because what she's gonna do, she's gonna make you jump through hoops for that juice. You feel me? She's gonna make you jump through hoops for it, right? Now you got, let's back to you're Casanova, you're super Casanova, right? So you got 8, right? And you jumping through several hoops. And it's like, is this your full-time job? Is this your part-time job? Is this your passion? Is this your purpose? Nah, bro, this is just something that you probably do on the side. You just want love and affection, honestly. But maybe your intentions are to be this type of Casanova, this type of player, this type of person. I know mine was at some point. My goal was to be a player, right? And then I became that, and then I realized I'm not this. I don't want to be this. It takes a lot of time. This is not really who I am. I really don't care for all this shit, right? So diminishing returns. It eats up your money. It eats up your time. Time is money, and money is time. You're gonna spend a lot of time, right? Another thing, it starts to become really hard to find someone to invest in when you're doing all that, right? Just think about it. It's just like you're kind of putting your eggs in so many different baskets. Eventually, you run out of eggs. These baskets crack the eggs. It's just not useful anymore. So it's just like it's hard to find someone to invest in when you're dealing with so many people. So try to focus more so on quality over quantity. I know that's easier said than done, but try to, if that makes sense. I know in the male population, we're taught that the more people you sleep with, the more you acquire, the better you are. So you kind of have to just kind of figure out what your balance is. You got to figure out what makes sense for you, how you want to go about this. Again, quality over quantity is going to be better, but sometimes you have to get to that point. You need to have a little bit of quantity before you can get to the quality part, right? You got to understand the value of quality and the value of quantity. Sometimes you have to go through some quantity to find the quality item or quality person. So things to consider. This is a process. This is a journey. This is not just, oh, I'm just gonna shift and then just happens immediately. It takes a little bit of time, right? So, boom. Now, in addition, another thing that you need to consider, right, as to like if it makes sense for you to stop dating, is that if you stop dating, what happens is that you allow space for growth in yourself. Your time, your money, your resources, your intent, your care, your male, masculine energy, you can retain that for yourself or for the people that you care for and invest into yourself. So that's something that I've seen happen with me, was that the time and the energy I was spending on the acquisition of the women, the hunt, right? I've eliminated that, right? I completely took myself off of dating apps. I completely took myself out of just like dating women and like the acquisition of them. Again, we still have an open dynamic. I'm still non-monogamous, but I'm not necessarily going out of my way looking for it. If it comes my way and it makes sense, right, then sure, right? But that doesn't happen too much with men necessarily, because it's just the nature of the game. So it just kind of leaves you alone, right? Unless you want to take it on. So something that you need to consider is that women aren't going to chase you. You're going to chase women, right? Wise man once told me that you will always lose money if you chase women, but you will never lose women if you chase money. And that's what I'm trying to get out of here, right? If you chase investing into yourself, money, the acquisition of money, acquisition of things that get you financial freedom, that help you become a better person, both internally, emotionally, and so forth and so on. I'm not saying money is everything, but money is a bloodline or a fuel source to get you to the things that you want to go to. You're never going to miss out on women. But if you chase women, you're going to miss out on money. True story. I've experienced it. I'm just sharing what wise people have shared with me. I didn't listen necessarily at first, but I had to experience. So I want you to experience, and then after you experience, take some time to reflect, look back, and be like, damn, Tito was talking about something. Or maybe what Tito said is bullshit. It might take you a couple of years to figure this out. But I want you to reflect on that. I want you to check that out. I want you to think about these things. Tito out. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for staying tuned. We're going to keep this going. I'm going to be coming back, and we'll just continue this chat. We'll see where it takes us.